Hello.
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 Hi.
Welcome to Amateur Hour. This is the hour of amateurs.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I don't like that intro.
That would be our cleanest start to a podcast.
ever.
Too clean.
We got to dirty it up.
I like it like a dirty
Muck it up.
diaper.
Dirty
Muck
up
that
the
up.
girl.
What's going on, guys?
No, I haven't even adjusted my filter.
Don't adjust your filter. You don't need to adjust that.
You gotta get real close and personal.
Yeah, we gotta freaking screw this.
Screw it, baby.
Screw it in. Tighter.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Amateur Hour. I'm your host.
Wow.
That's really why. Now we all know why.
All right, continue.
I'm your host, Jim Anderson, and today we are going to get real down and dirty on the topics that you guys are all thinking about in your day-to-day lives, including what's been going on with us and also what we think about things that are happening in the world. We hope you guys stay tuned till the very end when we reveal a secret code that you can use in order to get a free grocery from your local store.
Wow.
Oh my God,
can't
that's
wait.
crazy.
I know.
Raisins. I've always wanted raisins.
Raisins may help you poop.
Here with the weather, we have Zach.
Hello everyone. The weather outside is frightful, but sure is delightful.
Oh, you're too excited to be the weather guy.
You're excited about frightful weather?
yeah.
Oh my God,
There's-
you
there's
guys.
flooding
the weather's
everywhere.
So frightful out. I just
Flooding.
came.
And lightning and storms and fire in California.
Okay, wow. Yeah.
There's fire in California.
I'm sorry.
It's like like forest fires or something
we're gonna
going
have to
on.
we're gonna have to fire you.
Everyone can prevent forest fires.
Even you.
Even you. Smokey.
Does he say even you?
I don't know.
Doesn't he say even you can prevent forest fires?
Even you. That's
Isn't that like
doesn't he-
belittling someone? Like,
Even
we know you're
you.
dumb, but even you can prevent forest fires.
Even
Yeah.
Zach can prevent forest
Well,
fires.
people just think that they're only one person, so they can't prevent anything. They can't do shit.
No.
But even you can.
But I guess.
You're a little meek and weak.
Meek and
Lynn.
mild.
You can do it.
Okay. So, anyways, what's been going on with the day-to-day grind? It's been a whole 7 days since we've last spoke.
7 days. 7. You remember The Ring?
Yes.
Do you
Sorry.
remember that movie?
Yes, I think
You
we all
remember that movie,
The Ring.
7 Days? No. You know, not too much crazy things have
Nothing,
happened.
nothing going there on that Ring story.
Oh, I was just kidding.
I thought it was like a transition into a deeper thought in your mind.
No, it's not about as deep
Just-
as a puddle.
Just a little rock
Speaking of
skimming the
puddles.
surface.
Speaking of
No.
puddles.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What?
Did you see the new Action Movie Kid YouTube video? Where you
Oh,
know, his-
dude, that looks so. I've seen that. It's so sick.
the dad that
Wait, what's Action Movie Kid?
Action Movie Kid is it's a YouTube series that this guy, he's got a son, and he's the kid, his dad works for DreamWorks, and they make like 30-second clips.
He's like an
of,
animator
like,
and CG guy.
yeah, he makes the sickest fucking videos. Like the kid will be like, "Look, I made a Lego spaceship," and then the Lego spaceship jets will come on and turn on and fly out the window, or the kid will be like dragging a toy lightsaber through the Walmart, but it's actually like
cutting the
on
shit
and it's
out.
cutting everything up, and
Yeah.
he's busting shit. But the new one is of Mario Kart, and the kid's like in a shopping cart outside in the parking lot, and he's getting pushed, and he comes up across like one of those little question mark boxes to get an item, and he gets a shell, and then a truck drives up on the sidewalk and comes right at him and shoots the shell at the truck, and the truck goes flying, and then in the truck is Bowser.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So basically, his dad is like the best dad ever.
Yeah, he's like the best dad ever.
Like, you know, that kid just every time he sees those videos, he watches them like 20 times.
Oh,
Shows
probably.
them to all of his friends.
He probably.
How old is the little kid?
Oh, he's
He's gotta
like.
be like 6 or 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah, he's tiny.
Do
He's
you think
tiny.
he really grasps even that's him?
I
or
doubt.
do you
I
think he's
highly
just
doubt
like
it. When
do
he
you think
gets
it's
older,
the
though, he's
point-
gonna be like, "Dad, you're the sweetest."
Yeah.
dad."
Yeah, you're the
Entire world.
sweetest. I said puddles because one of the videos, the kid's like goes up to a puddle and he jumps in the puddle and he just falls all the way through it. It's pretty tight.
That's awesome.
Imagine like your graduation video and like your dad just makes it super sick.
Oh, that'd be insane. Just makes super boring videos really sick.
Yeah. Everyone else just has like normal like childhood videos, and you just have these videos where you're just like a badass.
Dad, did this
Yeah.
really
Years
happen?
Yes, son.
It did.
You are gifted,
You are gifted.
but I'm more gifted than you. So, back to the games. I feel like we always talk about games.
Yeah, we got to talk about games.
What games have you guys been facilitating in?
Well, me and you played that game. What's it called? It was with two robots fighting each other. It was kind of like Knock'em Sock'em Robots.
Oh, yeah.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots. What was that called?
We
This
just
is a two-player
we just-
iPad game.
Just played it not too long ago. Well, I actually think it used to be for that's like a port. It's called Sumotori something. Sumotori Dreams. Sumotori Dreams. And it's-
Sumotori Dreams.
Yeah, well, it's like a sumo simulator kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Quap meets.
What's QWOP?
You've never played Quap?
No.
The running game where you have to use the QWOP.
Oh,
to
okay,
run.
gotcha.
You
Maybe
know,
I played that.
you're familiar. I guarantee if you
Yeah.
saw a screenshot, it's just like super hard
Oh yeah.
to control your guy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but instead you're just two sumo guys, 3D in a 3D realm kind of thing.
That game was absolutely retarded.
yeah,
Like
it's
the
pretty
matches,
ridiculous.
it's like it's two sumo guys. You're fighting each other, but the matches last like 1 second,
Yeah.
if that.
And
Your
you-
guy just falls over like
You-
an idiot.
You have 4 different options as far as buttons go with what you can press and everything, like to control them,
Yeah.
quote unquote. But
Yeah.
really, it's just like you just press a bunch of random buttons, and 50% of the time you'll win. You actually kicked my ass though, so
I
clearly
came
you
up
had
with
the
a
strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your strategy?
Never lose,
Oh, okay. That's a pretty sweet strategy.
never fail.
So,
I played that game.
yeah, well, we played that game for like 5 minutes, so that doesn't really count as anything.
Oh, okay. That other game that we played, it's funny. I play a lot of games, but I never know the titles of any of them.
Good.
What's the title of that game with the shapes that I was playing? Oh, wait. John dies alone. No, John was alone.
Almost.
John was
Not
It's
alone.
not John.
What is it? It's on the tip
David
of
was.
your tongue.
Thomas was alone.
Thomas was alone.
That is a sick game.
It is. It's a really sick game.
What,
That's
yeah,
also
what's that game?
That's also a port. That's like it's like an adventure type game. I don't know, how would you describe it? It's like adventure platformer, I guess.
Yeah, but it's very minimalistic. You start as a shape, a little square rectangle guy, and you're trying to make it through the world, and you meet other little shapes that are.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
But
each shape has different
it has
powers.
narration to the story.
Oh,
And
really?
the guy who's doing the narration did the narration to like the Assassin's Creed games.
Holy
and stuff
shit.
Like that.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
it's pretty,
Pretty good.
Like it's definitely it's just so clean. It's like so well polished. I mean it's a little pricey on the App Store.
How
I
much
think it's
was
like
it?
$8
Is
or
it
$9.
for like
Wow.
tablet or is it for?
It's for tablet. I'm not sure if it's for phone. I wouldn't recommend playing it on the phone, to be honest. If you don't have a tablet, it's out for, I'm pretty sure, PCs, because I know it's a port from somewhere. So I'm assuming it's PC because I didn't hear about it at all being on consoles. So I'm sure there's other ways to get it if you don't have an iPad. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet game to just like immerse yourself into. It's not a game where you can kind of just like pick up and play for like 10 minutes at a time. If you really want to get the most out of it, you kind of just got to sit there and just
Try to
be
play.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. So, pretty fun game.
But that was sweet. I liked that. That the narration definitely was the best part of that game.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah. It brings it all together. You kind of just are playing through the levels at one point just to be like, what's he gonna say next? What's he
Yeah.
gonna say next about these
Yeah.
these shapes?
He
And,
needs a nemesis.
he
so
does-
he found a shape.
Yeah, he does a really good job of just like giving all the characters their own personality, and it makes. I mean, I'm just calling shapes characters, so
Yeah.
that in and of itself, I feel like he did something there. But wow, I feel like we're just about the most casual gamers that you can find
Just
right now.
casual
We've
games.
only mentioned mobile games
One of the
so
best
far.
We're only talking about mobile
mobile
games.
games.
Yeah.
Now.
What games have you been playing?
I've been playing some Diablo recently. They had their 2-year anniversary for Diablo 3. So
everybody's been playing Diablo.
So they doubled the legendary drop rate.
You know that's devil in Spanish.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow,
Mhm.
Diablo
Spanish
3
devil.
is
Teach
is
us
devil.
more.
Yeah. Hola means hello.
Oh, nice.
Oh, just kidding. All right, go on. Sorry.
You're an asshole.
We wanted
No,
to
that's
know
it.
more.
I mean, that's it. I've been playing some Diablo. I mean, we've been playing.
But they've been getting, it was like double XP or like double, it was something crazy this weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just said that it was double legendary drops.
Sick. I didn't hear you say that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
God.
because you know why? Because while I was saying it, you were too busy being like, I'm gonna wait for him to finish talking. Then I'm gonna say
Say
Diablo
Diablo
means
means
devil
devil
in
in Spanish.
Or because I don't know what that means. Legendary drops this weekend. What does that mean?
What do you mean?
Like legendary you can never get them, or legendary like this is legendary.
God. On to the next topic.
Oh, okay. All of our listeners know Diablo.
They do.
They do. They all know it.
I guarantee most of our listeners know what a legendary item is.
Yeah, but not all of them.
I would suffice it to say that all of them do.
All right, skip any minor details. Let's just assume.
Well, I've been playing NBA Jam for the iPhone.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They got NBA
Yeah.
Jam on the iPhone?
Yeah, it's like all current NBA players though, and like you can obviously the same power ups and stuff like that, so you can like have everybody.
How
have,
does
like,
it
a huge
control?
head. It's pretty cool. It just has like a little joystick on the screen, and you hit a button to shoot
Yeah.
and stuff.
Can you play against people?
I don't think so. I'm not really sure.
That'd be sick if you could get on the same Wi-Fi and play
That'd be
against
cool.
people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty sick though. Like I don't know, it's fun.
I'm just
No,
trying.
that's tight. Old classic game, but they have all new players in the game now.
It's all like current players.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so like LeBron.
But you can still heat up.
Yeah, you're
Heating
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
With
So-
anybody.
So would you rather play that on like your phone, or would you rather play it like on an old arcade machine? What do you think you would enjoy more?
Probably an arcade machine because you obviously you're gonna have more people. The people are gonna be there to play. Like you're gonna have to play against somebody.
Well, just from like the single player, just from like the control aspect, like
Probably an arcade.
yeah.
I don't know. I really don't like the joystick on the screen. It just
Yeah.
reduces the screen size.
I think until there's just a wide acceptance of these like adaptable game controllers to phones and stuff, I just think that those kind of games are never going to be on par
yeah,
to
it's
what
just
they
like
could
Madden and stuff like that. Like Madden, they have like a Madden football game for
be. Yeah.
the phone and stuff, and I feel like it's so awkward
Yeah.
because it's like it's not as responsive as it would be with a controller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
why I
you have
just
no idea where the freak your thumb is.
yeah. Because that's why I just think it takes a lot of thought and a lot of just knowledge about what you're doing when you're making an iPhone game. Like ports are different, I guess.
Yeah.
But like even some of the ports that I've played, like some of them are just like, yeah, this can easily transfers over to touch screen. And even like Hearthstone, it's just like there's no loss in quality of gaming.
Yeah.
It's not like
because
live action or anything.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Even like Thomas Was Alone, like that one, you have 3 controls:
Yeah.
left, right, and jump.
Jump.
And I mean, that tends to work.
Well,
Rather
simpler games are a lot better. Something that's simple.
Yeah.
Not as
For the phone, you mean?
and it's more intuitive.
Yeah.
Because it's just like 3 buttons instead of like spin, move, jump, sprint, run somebody over. Like, so it's just like more. There's more things to think about.
Yeah. Well, because of those games, you normally play with like a controller or a keyboard where there's how many different inputs for what you can do.
Yeah.
And then when you're on the touchscreen, it's like there's really only one input, which is touch. So when you have to like allocate all these different moves to different areas on the screen, it's like you don't want people to be looking at where they're touching on the screen. You want people to be looking at the screen where all the action's happening.
Yeah.
In order for them to just
I agree.
Yeah.
properly enjoy that. But I don't know. I've just we got to talk about something other than a mobile game here.
Well, but-
we recently started playing disc golf.
oh,
I did.
the real life,
the real life
game.
of disc golfing.
Disc golfing. Yeah.
I didn't recently start. I've been playing my life away.
He has. He's like a pro.
Yeah,
Pro disc golfer.
Pro disc golfer.
but I recently started as well.
You should have seen him yesterday. It was insane.
He was saying he was good.
He was just
Yeah.
straight down the
He
middle.
He was saying how good he was.
Yeah, he was straight down the middle.
Really?
Zooming.
What were you using, the dart?
Oh, I was using my one with the wolf on it.
Oh, gee, that's your favorite one. You love the one with
I
the
do,
wolf on
I
it.
do.
I'm
That's
getting
my-
gradually better.
My mid-range
Still
driver.
nothing good though.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
For-
maybe we should give a rough overview about what disc golfing is, and I think there's no better person to give an overview than Zach because he just started. No,
Okay, I'll do it.
no, Jim.
It's
Jim,
just like golfing with discs.
It's just like golfing with discs. You start at a tee and you're aiming for a chain link pole that catches your disc in a basket. Once it hits the chains, it drops down into a basket, and the person with the lowest amount of throws, wins the hole. And then you just keep track of how high or low you are.
okay, that's just any kind of competition.
Under par.
Under par, over par.
You're trying to stay
No,
under
but-
par, just like golf.
But more so, I was assuming that you were going to go into detail about like that you need there's different kinds of discs for different kinds of throws. Like
Well,
when
yeah.
you said, "Hey, let's go frisbee golf," and I was like, "Okay, sweet, yeah, I have a frisbee that I bought from Walmart a couple weekends ago for like 98 cents," and you're like, "No, we'll get you some discs to use."
Yeah, because you when you got up to the hole, you had no idea that we were going to be throwing that far.
Oh yeah,
When your little 95-cent frisbee would have just ate shit.
yeah,
I've been in the woods,
Yeah.
stuck in a tree.
I don't even think it would have gone far enough to go into the woods.
yeah. I think it would have went up into the air, saw the hole, and was just like, "Screw it," and went back.
That's the only problem about playing disc golf. If you're off by a centimeter and that bitch goes in the woods and you have to go chase
Oh,
after
you
it.
got to go find it.
So much form in that. Like
Yeah.
like I just like you, Zach. It's weird because the first time I played, I was with Jim, and then the very next day we went
Me and you
again,
went,
and
right?
that's when I invited you.
Yeah.
That's when all three of us went.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like my first day, I was like 1 day ahead of you, and it was weird because I saw everything that I was doing, like that I
What
did
what
when
I
you
was
were doing it. But it was just like
Yeah.
I was like just inching by you. So like yesterday was the most difference that we had because
Oh, it was a huge difference.
because
There
if
was no-
like if you don't know how to
small
throw
difference
those
at all.
discs, you'll throw them way hard, and if you get the angle off, they go all the way to the right and then come all the way to the
slice
left,
back to
just
the
like
left, yeah.
slicing back. And most of these holes, you know what, most of the holes that we played on the course yesterday
Blending?
were
Yeah.
they were straight, like pretty straight, and then they curved to the right, which
Yeah.
is the opposite way that the frisbees want to go. They want to go
Right,
straight and to
right.
the left, unless I guess there's like a forehand throw that you can like fling it.
Yeah, you
and
can do
then-
forehand or tomahawk is what I always
Tomahawk,
do. That
yeah,
usually
tomahawk
falls to
Jim.
the right sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. You have a very interesting throw.
Hey, it gets me there.
I don't know if that's like a professional.
Yeah, I don't
technique.
know. Well, but somebody told me that because so people, I don't know if we said this already, but there's different discs for different types of throwing. There's putters, there's drivers, there's mid range,
fairway.
fairway. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just almost exactly like
Cloud
golf, the way golf
hoppers,
clubs are.
butterscotchers.
No,
Butterscotchers, those are -15.
I was just imagining people googling these, like, oh yeah, cloud hoppers.
that'd be sick if there was a Steam game for
Disc
golf. Yeah,
I think
Disc
the most joy I could have ever got out of like a golfing type game would be Flappy Golf.
Flappy golf.
Yeah, I don't
really?
think disc golf would translate well. Like
It might.
no,
I mean, just like Tiger Woods,
I
people love
guarantee it
playing
would be
that.
funner.
Tiger Woods is actually pretty fun though.
Yeah, it's fun as hell.
I guarantee it would be funner in
Funner?
real life.
Oh yeah, fun in real life. Yeah,
I'd rather play it in
everything's
real
fun
life than on a
I love
computer.
playing
That's
Grand
disc
Theft
golf's
Auto in real
motto.
life.
Funner
Yeah.
in real
Fun
life.
in real life. You gotta try it.
You gotta try it.
I like shooting in real life, shooting
Shooting,
people
yeah.
and
Shooting
You're
drugs,
supposed to
Nazis.
see
drugs up my arms, just
Drugs.
shooting everything.
Shooting everything.
Yeah.
Up the nose,
really
through the
good.
mouth.
But
through the mouth.
did we ever mention what tomahawk was? Like,
So tomahawking would just be throwing it overhand, like
Like a
a
crazed
like
tomahawk.
Indian.
holding the frisbee vertical.
Oh no, but what I was saying is that somebody was telling me the other day about a frisbee that is specifically designed for tomahawking, where the edge, the thickness of it is to the point like it fits. You can grab it. You can really grab
Holy
onto
crap.
it. And there's a big edge for you to grab onto it and throw it like a tomahawk.
So it's really
So
fat.
I think so it's got it's a really fat one.
Oh wow.
But so I think that is a real throw.
Because the way the other discs are made, the drivers or your long distance, and they're
Yeah.
usually pretty thin.
They don't really have
like,
a lip on them.
Yeah,
Either.
yeah. So they're meant to fly farther.
Yeah.
But you really have to wing them. Like
Yeah.
there's all these different numbers on the discs, and I was researching a little bit after I completely sucked balls the first day. And there's one where it's like speed, where it's just like pretty much your strength and how you have to throw them. And it's weird when you're first starting out because you're just like, okay, well this has a really high number, so I need to throw it really hard in order for it to go straight. But you're
overcompensate
like
for it.
okay, I'm just gonna throw as hard as I can, but then if I get off on the angle, then it's just gonna be like it's gonna go from bad to worse. So
Yeah.
you really just have to, I don't know, it's almost once you get the form down, then you can start throwing it a little harder. But I don't think I would recommend, if it's your first time, I don't think I'd recommend a driver at all, to
Just
be honest.
buy a putter.
Honestly, I
Didn't
used my
you-
putter almost
yeah.
the whole time
Until you lost one.
until I lost one. I threw it in the water. Dang, was there any water hazards when you guys played the other day?
No.
Not at all.
Oh,
No.
that's
No,
not
this-
we played full 18 too.
Well, there's
Nice.
there's a big difference between the courses that that we played the first day when I was playing with you, and then when I played with Zach, it's when I was playing with you, the courses were a lot longer.
Yeah.
And obviously it was around a creek, so there was like a lot of water. Like there was one hole where it was just like the very end was a hole, and then like maybe 10 feet behind it was just lake, just open ledge, drop off, and you're just like, well, I hope you don't ever shoot it.
That's the one that I lost. Are you talking about mine, or you're the one?
No,
I'm
no.
confused.
There's a couple.
Allen
There's a
Creek
couple
one.
holes. I mean,
Gotcha, yeah.
I mean,
we play at Blendon, and Blendon's like basically in a basically wooded area. And there's not like there's,
yeah,
so
but that one is like it's like a maze. Like they have them so squished together that it's just separated by like a thin column of trees. And if you're off and you're
like
frisbee,
yesterday, this kid threw it, and I saw his frisbee coming, and I was like, ah!
They
And he's
were
like, sorry, man, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm just kidding.
that was pretty good.
There's
They were-
surprisingly a lot of courses around here too.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
yeah, there's one by Hoover too.
Yeah.
My mom was like telling me all about them. She's like, I was like, how do you know all
yeah.
this stuff? How do you know
There's
where these
one
are?
in Delaware.
But it's
Yeah.
really something. It's really something that you wouldn't notice unless
Yeah.
you had played or knew about. Like, how many years have I lived around here where I was just like, if you would ask me, are there any disc golf courses around? I was like, I don't know. You probably have to drive.
What's
Yeah.
the dish course?
What's the disc course for this?
That'd be,
topic?
I wish I was playing this way sooner though.
Yeah, it's a fun game.
It's
And it's easy to go do, and it's kind of cheap. It's fairly
There's
cheap.
the
compared to other
funny part
sports.
at like Blendon, there's like an honor box of paying money to play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
where you just would you say it was an honor system?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, normally there's like a booth set up as well.
There's probably a
Or, like,
person there on the
someone-
weekends or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just I mean it was like it's $1.50 per person.
Yeah.
So I was just like, whatever. I mean,
That's so cheap
yeah,
though. Like
it's-
if you were gonna go
well,
golfing,
most of the time it's free. At a lot of places it's free.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe some people would be like, oh, it's normally free, and now it's like 6 quarters. What? No.
Yeah.
God,
But I was just like, it's no big deal.
you poor.
At least to keep it, and it also maybe like it cuts down on like if there's a big crowd, like it
Yeah,
would cut
that's
down on the
true.
crowd if people have to pay. Like I have no qualms even paying like like $5 or so, just
Right.
if it's a sweet course and that goes towards the upkeep of the course, like I'm cool with that. But other than that, like most courses are primarily free. Then you have like your disc fees.
Yeah.
Which are I don't know,
Not that
just
expensive
for your
either.
beginners, like a beginner set, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 discs at most.
Yeah, and they're about $10, $15, $20 depending on what you're getting.
Yeah, you'll probably spend around like $30 or $40 just for your beginner set. But other than that, like, and then you can go and play all the time.
Yeah.
It's not like too demanding of us. I guess you would call it a sport, right?
Yeah,
It's not too demanding of a sport, but you like the first time we played, you figure we played on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I mean, after Sunday, it was just like that was when we played the long course, and I was just my legs were sore. I was like,
Yeah, you're out there
Yeah.
walking all that
us,
time.
us gamers aren't used to all that walking. But yeah, you do walk quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
They're long courses, yeah, it's for sure.
yeah, but I don't know.
It gives you a good excuse to go do something outside when it's nice out that doesn't cost a lot of money.
Oh,
and
definitely.
it's easy to get together and do.
Yeah, it's a great wintertime sport.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a good time. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really opened my eyes to the
Yeah.
world of frisbee golfing.
Frisbee golfing.
Now you're free, my son.
Now I'm free. But no, you watch like I was watching some videos of like professional players.
Here we go again. That's all he said yesterday when we were playing. He's like,
I
I've
was
been
watching
watching a lot of
some
videos. At
No,
work.
I did not. You were like, dude, how are you throwing it so straight? I was like, I watch videos
He's
today.
at work all day long. My boss walked by and I didn't know what to do, so I was like, "Hey, do you want to come play disc golf sometime?"
Is that what you did?
Is that
that's not what I
the
did.
end of your story?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No,
No, but they were insane. Like it was funny because I was watching this video of like they had a professional tournament at one of these courses around us, and well, it was professional in the sense that it was kind of I guess maybe televised or something. Like it looked professional enough to maybe I guess be internet exclusive, but it could have been televised as well.
Yeah.
And it said it was shot in 2012, and the cuts that they used and the transition effects and everything looked like it was in the 90s. Like it was insane. It was insane. But I mean, they did a pretty good job of just showing like all the highlights and just kind of They did like the final 4 people they followed
that's
through the back
sick.
9. But before that, they just showed a bunch of like the best shots of the day.
With like cool guitar music, like frisbee.
No, it was just the 2 announcers and every single, it was like maybe a little bit of mellow music in the background, but every single shot, it was just like it was either putting or they were driving, so it was either your first shot or like your final shot, and then if it was drive, it'd go and here comes John Smith with the drive. Nice drive, and then
Would it cut to them or no?
No,
Nice
it doesn't
drive.
cut to their face, but you just hear them because they're announcers.
I know that'd be funny though.
Yeah.
Like it just cuts to the person that's walking. He's like fist pumps.
Did
Yeah.
anybody throw it and be like, ugh?
I don't think they had the sound of the actual people when they.
Oh,
threw it.
they should
But-
definitely figure
but
that
yeah,
out.
so they were just showing like all these clips, and it was all dudes, and then all of a sudden they show this chick, and I was just like, oh wow, is this girl really gonna? Is just like how far, just genetically, how far can a girl throw compared to a guy? She
Yeah.
throws it, hole in one. And it was
Really?
like a long course. It was
What?
an insanely long course.
What?
Yeah, and then that was like their jump cut to like showing the girls like I don't know if it's a different league because
Yeah.
I don't know how big the actual leagues are, but yeah, it was insane. Like
Yeah.
she threw it and I was like, holy crap, that's a
And
then it just
nutted.
she just netted, I just nutted. Match made in heaven.
It's a growing sport. I think it's a crazy growing sport.
Is it a
It's
growing
easy.
sport? Or is it just a sport that's like doomed to be forever just like in that niche market to where you're just like
No, I think it's definitely growing. I mean, obviously, I took you to play one time, and then you went out and bought discs yourself, and were like, I'm fucking playing this every day this week.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's pretty easy to get people hooked just because it's cheap and it's fun. You can go outside and do something and do it with your friends. So I think it's definitely a growing sport. If there's that many dang courses around here, like there's like 8 courses within driving distance of us.
yeah.
Like driving distance being less than a half hour.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you
think
don't
it's
need much to
definitely-
make a course. You really like it takes a lot less upkeep and maintenance than a golf course.
Exactly.
All you
and
need to
and
do
the
is
less
pull-
upkeep and maintenance you do, the crazier the course is.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Well,
well,
it's basically hiking and playing golf at the
Yeah.
same time.
and it's hiking and trying to get your frisbee through a bunch of trees.
Yeah.
I think trying to find your frisbee.
Yeah.
I feel like you spend most of the time trying to find it.
Well, I feel like you spend most of your time trying to find
Hey,
it.
we all spent when we all went together. We all spent some time trying to
Trying
find.
to find your frisbee.
Yeah, we
my
all
fri-
spend
Okay.
equal time trying to find your frisbee set.
All right.
Oh man. But I don't know. Maybe enough frisbee golf talk for the podcast.
No, it's a good. They're
we went
like,
off
wow, I
on we
love
went off
this.
on quite the tangent.
I think we probably just made a bunch of new players.
Yeah, hopefully you guys just go and try it out. I don't know. I mean, I would assume that it's not just frisbee golf courses are plentiful in Ohio. I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's pretty much
They're
everywhere.
probably everywhere.
So yeah, pretty sweet outdoor activity. This is our healthy segment of the podcast.
Healthy
We
segment.
would encourage you to go outside and do something with
And
your
buy a
life.
Nike
break.
Fuel Band.
Pause the video now and go ahead and.
I mean,
I'm sure you wanna
we've
watch
turned rather active. You know,
have.
we're running like every morning and we're doing frisbee golf. Do you
Yeah.
think? I feel like this happens almost like cyclical, like every year when it's summertime, because I just feel like going and doing more things in the summertime.
Yeah.
Like if it was wintertime and it was cold outside in the mornings,
Oh, no
I
running.
would not want to run.
Never.
I would just be like, no.
Ah, that's what I'm always like.
But yeah, I feel like warmer weather tends to lead to just more active of a person. At least for me, I don't know.
No, I agree.
Cool.
Did you see that? I wanted to bring this up. Did you see that Facebook was getting back to their roots about? I don't know. Do you remember the movie The Social Network when he's like, Facebook, it's going to be about your relationship status. You know. Now Facebook is coming back to this thing where you can ask people for their relationship status. If it's not visible, you can say, hey, are you dating somebody?
What?
No.
Yeah.
So it's like a dating website now?
Yeah, and then people can say they can privately respond yes or no, I'm dating somebody, or they can privately show you their relationship status. Pretty interesting. I just thought it was a quick tidbit I thought I'd mention about Facebook getting back to their roots. And you know, it's summertime, it's springtime, everybody's out there trying to get those bitches. So
Yeah.
Even the females.
Even the females. So I'm just curious. You guys haven't had anybody ask you yet about your relationship status on Facebook, have you?
I cannot honestly remember the last time I was on Facebook. So who knows? Maybe every once in a while I'll get a notification on my phone. It's like, oh, you have 14 new notifications, 10 friend requests, and 4 pokes. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, who the hell's still poking
Who's
around
poking me?
here? Yeah.
I think Facebook may be dying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't use Facebook hardly that much anymore.
I just don't see the. I think that Twitter got in so well when they did because it's just like they're like, eventually people aren't going to care that much about what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
Like, I think Facebook will still be a thing because I think there will always be people who are just like, oh, I wonder what so-and-so's doing. Let me look them up on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be an everyday thing for very much longer.
I feel like I see more of my like older relatives on Facebook now, like posting things, and I'm like, I'm not gonna post anything. It's like all my family's on there now. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
gotta
yeah,
watch
maybe,
what you post.
maybe that's the thing is
Yeah.
like some people are intimidated now, or when it was new and hot and it was just like the young people, they were just like, we can say whatever we want.
I
do
remember,
whatever we
yeah.
want.
when
Yeah.
Facebook just required you to have a college email. That's the
Yeah.
only way you could actually get on Facebook before.
Right.
Because when it started at like Stanford or whatever, or Harvard.
Harvard.
Yeah. But when it started out there, like when I first got this, when I went to school in 06. And so like that's the first time when I first got there, when I got my email, I was like, you got to give me my email so I can get on Facebook and sign in
Oh, that's hilarious.
and request it. You had to request to be a part of Facebook.
Yeah.
They had to verify if you're a student or not. That's the only way you could get on it, was just if you're a student.
Yeah.
Now, I wish it was like that right now. Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I
wish
mean,
it were more
for obvious
exclusive.
reasons, it went a little bit more public.
Well, yeah, because they want money
Yeah.
and stuff. So
But now I feel like they know that people are getting burnt out on it. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and
I've seen old people even make comments about it. Like my dad's on there, and he's always like, "Man, I'm tired of Facebook because like I'm tired of seeing all these."
He's saying that on Facebook.
No, he's like telling me about it. Like,
Man, I'm
I'm
tired
saying
of
what he's seen on Facebook or whatever. He's like,
Status update. Fuck Facebook.
Fuck Facebook. I'll see you tomorrow. I better get a bunch of likes. No, but I actually feel like I see people do that on Facebook. We're like, I'm getting so tired of Facebook. Like, and you're like, you just
well, I
posted this on
wasn't
Facebook.
technically saying that, but
No, I know what you're saying
Yeah,
now.
if you just want to get lost in like the tentacles of drama, just go on Facebook for
Yeah.
like 5 minutes, and then
and it's just I feel like girls are always on there complaining about.
I also feel like we've had this conversation multiple times on the podcast.
Oh, have we
I
really?
don't think so.
I think we have.
I think you think we have all these conversations and we really don't.
Well, I mean, I know we've had these type of conversations, whether it's on the podcast or not. I feel like it's on the podcast.
I don't
Huh.
know.
All right, next conversation.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're wrong.
Okay.
Okay. No, but I guess maybe to expand on Facebook in a way that we haven't talked about it before, do you think that there's anything that Facebook, like, let's say you're the manager of Facebook and you can you like whatever you say, whatever you try to implement gets done. Is there anything that you can think of that you would do to Facebook to make it? Because I feel like Twitter is the only other main competitor.
Yeah.
Because other than social media wise, and I'm not like a big social media guy at all, but if I were to be big into social media, I think Twitter would be just my go-to.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Is there like, I don't know if there's anything that you can add to Facebook, because really what Twitter is and how it sets it apart is because it's so much simpler than Facebook. It just cuts right down to the meat of it and right down to whatever you want.
Right.
So like, I feel like adding things to Facebook just makes it more. I don't know if that's the way that they should be going.
I think Facebook should be a little bit more simple, and not as simple as Twitter, because Twitter's a totally different animal than Facebook.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Twitter is just for like instant thoughts or instant whatever you want to say. You can just fucking say it on Twitter.
Yeah.
But like Facebook, obviously more community based, and Twitter's just you and people following you, and like they might respond back to you, might say something to you, but it's about what you're going to say, and then you have followers or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like Facebook's more community, and I feel like it should get back to where it was before, where like it's not, I don't know. Like I just feel like posting and stuff, like people just post every fucking day about the stupidest things. Like everyone just bitches on Facebook about everything.
Yeah, or
About
just
like their
Or
like
says how good their life
or
is.
is. Yeah.
or
Like-
they'll just post things where you're just like, I don't think anyone else wants to know about that.
Well, I think
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if there was a social media out there that people like Twitter. I feel like Twitter's cool because people actually find cool articles and stuff and tweet them out about certain topics. But like Facebook is just a flood of just bullshit, and you have to sift through it
Yeah.
and find the actual.
And a
true
lot of
things
it's
you
just
wanna
like
find.
people's thoughts and opinions.
Yeah, and you're just like, I don't
And
want to
at
listen
the end
to
of the
you.
day, there's probably a few people that you'll go to and listen to their thoughts and opinions.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
us.
But I think
Self plug.
I think Google Plus is like better than Facebook as of right now because it's more.
Except nobody uses it.
I know, but I know
I
that's
use
what I'm
Google
saying.
Plus.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well,
You
I
post
use it
on there?
No, I don't post anything.
No,
I
what
use
do
it
you
for
use
their
it for?
chat.
for the
Yeah,
chat.
so that's all you use it for, really.
Yeah.
There's
I know,
there's
but-
aspects that you use it for, but what they wanted you to use it for is not what anybody uses it for at all.
I
Yeah.
don't know about that. It's more. I feel like it's more for like people that are like in the technology field that use Google Plus a lot more than what we do. I don't
Yeah.
know.
But I
Yeah.
feel like
Not,
I
it's
feel
not
like
for the average Joe
when you have
person.
Google Plus and when you have Facebook and when you have, all these other like wannabe Facebooks, like you're just going to saturate the market to where it's just like, yeah, some people are going to be really interested in Google Plus and they're going to go to Google Plus. But that means if you're using Google Plus and Facebook, I don't know what kind of free time you have, but that's just insane. So you're probably going to use one or the other.
Yeah.
So all it does is it takes people away from Facebook and puts some of them in Google Plus, but not everyone's going to transfer over. So then you just have all these different platforms where everyone's just like mixed out. Like I feel like I know that you said that Twitter's a completely different animal, and I kind of agree with you there. But I also think that it's the same in the fact that like me, like I use Twitter and I don't use Facebook at all. Like maybe if Twitter didn't exist, maybe I would still use Facebook as far as like, when we tweet out the streams, maybe I would just post it to Facebook or something. But now since Twitter exists, like that's taken me away from Facebook. So you have all these different things that is like Facebook just came and it was like, boom, on Facebook, bitch. And then everything else just started coming and like draining its life.
Yeah.
So it's just like taking percentages away from Facebook's
Well, yeah.
traffic.
I guess it's like Twitter's more for what you use it for. Facebook's just a lot of like bullshit that people don't want to listen to or even read.
God,
Yeah.
I feel like we're being so negative. I think
Fuck
Facebook
Facebook
will eventually get to the
face.
point where it's just like a driver's license. Like everyone has one. You don't necessarily use it that much, but it's always there if you need a reference material,
yeah.
I guess.
And also, I think that they're probably obviously thinking of ways like with Oculus Rift and all this stuff. Trying to think of a new way to how to turn Facebook into something else.
Yeah,
I don't know.
To me, the Oculus Rift purchase seemed to be like, all right, Facebook's failing. Let's spend the money that we have into something that might not fail. Like
Yeah.
I think
Well, I
that
know, but
them
I'm-
buying
they're trying
Oculus
to-
Rift is being like, all right, that's going to be our next.
But
cash
they're
cow.
still going to be under the umbrella of Facebook though. Like that's what Facebook is. Facebook Inc. has all these different like tentacles to other things. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know what they're
that
gonna
was a
do.
purchase as like Facebook as a company, not Facebook as the website being like,
Oh yeah.
we're only buying this so we can integrate it into our website.
Why? I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
It's all up in the air right now. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Facebook uses Oculus Rift, why not Chuck E. Cheese?
Good segue to that.
Huh?
Wow, what's going on with Chuck E. Cheese?
Did you hear about Chuck E. Cheese?
They're gonna
No.
incorporate Oculus Rift.
Being
Really?
one of the first companies to jump on the Oculus Rift bandwagon, virtual reality,
What?
pretty much. But yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. It's just like a company like Chuck E. Cheese. It's like, when was the last? Well, I guess it would be creepy if the
When
last
was the
time
last
we've
time
been
we
to
Oh,
went
Chuck
I
E.
went
Cheese.
there
Cheese.
like February 14th,
We go there after we
2014.
play disc golf every day.
But wait, but
Last
really, why
week-
the hell would they jump in? I mean, I guess what's the deal?
Well,
with
that
Chuck
was
E.
it.
Cheese
Was a
and
little
Oculus
confusing.
Rift?
It was a little confusing to me at first because I don't know. You have to kind
I
of
think it's
delve
pretty more
deeper into that
advanced
story.
for like little kids to be playing though, but whatever.
I don't think so.
You don't
But
think
what
so?
little kid's gonna have an Oculus Rift?
No, the thing about it is they're
gonna be
trying to
at-
implement the Oculus Rift, like the virtual reality headsets, into Chuck E. Cheese. So you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you can put on the
You can play a
headset
game
and
with
play.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
They make
and
Chuck
it-
E. Cheese Oculus Rift sets. You have to
Yeah,
buy
like you're
at
at
the
home
store.
and you're just like, I'm gonna do the Chuck E. Cheese app, and then you're like, who the
Yeah.
fuck is doing that?
yeah.
Give me some pizza. Let me get in the ball pit. Let me get raped in the
we don't
bathroom.
have to go there anymore.
Yeah, the three favorite things at Chuck E. Cheese: pizza, ball pit, and rape bathrooms.
Rape.
Great
in the
bathrooms. Oh, the kids that pee in the ball pit.
Yeah,
Oh.
you accidentally got a syringe stuck in your foot or something.
If you
like
can
that.
only pee in the ball pit, you're not trying hard enough. That's what I would
Yeah.
say.
I could easily poop in the ball pit.
Do you remember like McDonald's when they used to have like those playground things or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of them still do.
Yeah.
and then everybody would just get MRSA and ringworm.
Oh my god!
Oh, yeah.
One time I was in there when I was little, and someone took a dump in there.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Oh my god!
That's how
it
you
was
do it.
The worst
That's awesome.
experience ever.
McDonald's poop place.
Yeah, you would always think that those balls were just like, oh, they're like squishy and they're not that hard,
They're so cool.
we can just throw them at each other. And then if you take one right to the eye,
Oh,
it
yeah,
hurts.
you're
That sucker
done.
hurt.
It hurts a lot.
You can't even see your nuggets.
But I mean, you still my dad
You can't
actually
see 'em.
my dad actually he was a project manager
For one?
No, for Discovery Zone. Do you guys remember those?
Oh,
my
yeah,
gosh, that was
yeah.
short lived, but I do
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah. So the cool thing about him being a project manager is like he would oversee like its construction and everything. And once it got to the point where it was like close enough to being built, they were just putting up like maybe windows on the outside or something. Me and my sister, he would just let us in, and we could just go and run through like all the tubes and everything just
Oh,
by
that's
ourselves.
insane.
And it was awesome. It
Yeah.
was so awesome.
Those things were cool as
Yeah.
hell. Like,
Yeah, and he got like they had like the netting stuff that you could walk over and everything. He got like
Yeah.
a bunch of extra netting and stuff, and he would just like make us stuff at our house. It was
Wow.
insane. My dad was pretty cool.
yeah.
But yeah, that's it's like that kid who makes the videos. Like at that age, you can be a pretty cool parent if you do the right things. And my
Yeah.
dad was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna totally do that.
I'm gonna be the cool dad.
I'm gonna be the cool dad. But anyways, I don't know. I think Chuck E. Cheese doing that. I think it's a smart move. I mean, what really do they have to invest in anything right away? Not anything really until it comes out, and then they invest in the headsets. And you think, yeah, everyone when it comes out, everyone's gonna obviously want one, but who's gonna have enough money to cash out?
Do you know how much
Right.
it's gonna be? Is there any like details on that?
I would assume it's upwards of a grand or so. But
I know
that's just-
PlayStation.
That's just a rough
PlayStation's
estimate.
going to bring them out. They're bringing out their own
Yeah.
Yeah.
virtual reality.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the prices will vary, and I might be completely over undershooting it, but I feel like it's not gonna be inexpensive, especially for like it's like a new technology. It's like the first of its kind, pretty much.
But haven't you ever been to those arcades where they have those big yellow virtual
I
reality
know what you're
games?
talking about. You put your head in it and you spin around. And
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
completely different. Like,
I mean, it's kind of a virtual, like it's as close as it gets right now.
that's yeah,
Well, Oculus Rift, you
that's
attach
just
your
more
head,
of a
though.
that's
Yeah.
just
Like-
more of a screen that you're just like completely. I don't know.
Isn't Oculus Rift kind of just like a screen inside of a pair of goggles, though?
Kind of, but it's not really. It's like it's just
Oh,
like
really?
it's just so much more immersive than like you have to hold onto these handles and put it up to your eyes and you can
And
like
shoot.
Yeah.
That was the one with the airplanes or whatever.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah. I guess a similar look and maybe somewhat of a similar play style, but
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be an insane experience in like with the Oculus
What,
Rift.
what I've seen
Right.
from Oculus Rift, like from videos on YouTube or whatever, like it's like it almost gives you like a view of like from your eyes. So like you have like peripheral vision of things, and like that when you just like see whatever's in front of you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So like it's more like almost like a 180 of what you can see.
Yeah.
So it's a more of like immersive, like what Dre was saying. It's more of an immersive experience.
God, I want to use one. I want to play with
I think it'd be
one.
insane. What if you like had to wear them to like, and you're like walking around your room and you like fall over your table.
yeah.
You have to make sure you're not surrounded by anything.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
they have
punch a hole through your
they have
wall.
like those treadmills and stuff. That, I mean, I'm sure the Oculus Rift is gonna be a thing where it's just like, all right, you have the Oculus Rift, now buy all the accessories for it.
Yeah, get the motion pad, get
Yeah.
the ball scratcher, get
Yeah.
the freaking...
Dance Revolution
Yeah.
Oculus Rift.
Oh, that'd be insane. You're in a dance club. Oh, that'd be
and
crazy.
this girl comes up. and you
Michael
just-
Jackson walks up to you, moonwalks past you. You
Are you
gonna
ready?
take that?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Dance challenge.
But yeah, no, I think Chuck E. Cheese. I don't think they're gonna be the last people to, as far as like arcade areas, to just be like, yeah, we're gonna totally.
It's
do
just
that.
crazy that this is made like headline news though, like on the actual like it's on like Flipboard and stuff like that. It's just crazy to me. Like you would think like
Well, I don't think it is because. I mean, the virtual reality is just like it's just like so boom. It's just like a wildfire. Like all of a sudden, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Facebook buying it was like the catch fire that it needed, but it's just like now it's just like any little tiny story about virtual reality. It's like yeah, we'll talk about this because people want to hear it.
Well,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like like what you just said. Like I had no idea Oculus Rift even existed like at all. I didn't even know what it was called. I knew virtual reality was out there. I just didn't know there was a thing like that. And then when Facebook bought it, and I was like, "What is Oculus Rift?" And I didn't even really know at all.
Oh, okay.
So I'm guessing that's like probably a heavy percent of people that don't play video games that really
Yeah.
don't know about that stuff. We're like, whoa, Facebook bought this, so it has like a name that made it like out there in public. For people to realize it.
I think it's pretty weird though that it's Chuck E. Cheese. Like it's like
That's-
Facebook and
that's
then
what I
Chuck E.
mean.
Cheese. Like why wasn't it like Dave and Buster's,
Buster's or something,
But
yeah,
Yeah.
some
cool.
way bigger thing like
That
Chuck E.
should-
Cheese.
well-
You look at Chuck E. Cheese and you're like, I am not going near that.
I
place.
really
It's
want to go
scary.
play Oculus Rift, but I'm not going to Chucky's.
Well, yeah, like
That's
it's scary.
I think we'll be surprised. But also, places like Dave and Buster's could jump on the bandwagon. But I think just from the perspective of popularity and this
They're probably
perspective
gonna
of
try to
image,
wait.
it's just like even if they both started to pass that on to their supervisors at the same time. When you're with Chuck E. Cheese, you're just looking, you're grasping for anything you can get. So when the Chuck E. Cheese manager, the CEO or whatever, it's just like, hey, you want to try
CIO?
Oculus Rift? He's like, yes, let's do it. Whereas
Yeah.
this Dave and Buster's just like, hold on, let's research this a little bit. Let's see if this would be worthwhile
Is this
investment.
gonna
Yeah.
fad or is this gonna fade out? Or
Yeah.
what is this gonna? What's
Yeah,
gonna
so
happen?
I think that might be a main factor of why I don't know.
They're probably waiting to see what happens at Chuck E. Cheese. If Chuck E. Cheese like stock goes up because they're getting a shitload of people because Oculus Rift, and they're
yeah,
like,
I
oh,
don't see that happening. But
No, Chuck E. Cheese is still like the scariest place. Like I've never seen a nice Chuck E.
did
Cheese.
you guys have been to Chuck E. Cheese?
Oh,
before,
I
right?
dude,
Yeah.
I used to be so
Do you,
scared.
do you
of
remember
Chucky.
those animatronic
Yeah,
guys that
The
would come
band?
out? Yeah,
they're
The
dirty.
band is
It's like
so
people
scary.
hawk loogies on them or
Oh
something.
my
like
I remember.
God.
I remember going one when I was like 11, and like there's so much dust on them and
Yeah.
stuff. Like God, it's so gross. Like
yeah, it's definitely a,
And they're
a
dark
horror
and
film
weird.
or the scenery. I'd say.
yeah.
Like, jeez,
Whoever
there's
owns
just
that
like
place.
monsters crawling in the ball pit and everything.
especially all the little kids. Are
Dude, all right, we have to make a pact right now. When Chuck E. Cheese goes out of business after
gonna
spending
buy
all their
one?
money on Oculus Rift and then it failing, we're gonna buy a Chuck E. Cheese and we're gonna turn it into a haunted house.
Yeah, haunted cheese.
Haunted cheese.
And we serve pizza and have pizza parties.
Chucky's haunted cheese.
Yeah, if you want your slice of pizza, you have to get through the haunted cheese.
Yes.
We just cover the
God.
place in cheese and never clean it, so
Oh
it smells
my-
like dead bodies.
Oh, that sounds great.
Man, this practically just builds itself.
Dead cheese.
And then the band plays when you
Yeah,
walk
the
by
band
it.
plays. We have Zach hiding in the ball pit with just like cheese all over him.
Cheesy.
It's a very cheesy theme. Mozzarella. We'll have
Mozzarella.
mozzarella night.
What's this Famunda?
Famunda.
From Munda.
That's not a real cheese.
I know. What's that stinky cheese though? What's that? I can't
From
remember.
under your butt.
No, what's that stinky cheese?
Head
What's it called?
cheese.
Head cheese? That's not real cheese.
Are you talking about
Broccoli Rob.
broccoli Rob cheese?
Oh, never mind.
Blue
Moving on.
cheese? Cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
Cottage style.
Okay. Wow. I've completely lost all train of thought after.
Well, did you hear about? Okay,
Haunted
another
cheese.
thing about games. Steam in-home streaming now beams PC games to your TV or another smaller laptop. So, like, say if you have a centralized computer like yours, and say you want to be upstairs.
Mine's
and,
very centralized.
well, okay, like say you have like a laptop, it's shitty, you can't run games, but you can stream. You can be signed in to both on your Steam account on your PC and stream it live to your PC and utilize all the power from your PC to stream it to your like actual like laptop, and you can utilize like the power from your PC to play the game.
Oh, that's sweet. Well,
On
isn't
your
that-
laptop?
Isn't that
Yeah.
the same
And-
thing
and,
as
like, on
Steam
your
Big
TV.
Picture?
No, what he's saying is, let's say you have a really crappy laptop and
Yeah.
you have a really sweet computer, but
Yeah.
you want to play the games on your laptop. You can stream the games to your laptop and use the laptop to play the game using your sweet computer's resources.
Right.
Like your computer is actually running it. You're just controlling it, and it's mirroring the controls to your computer.
And it's eventually going to come to like it's talking about Steambox. So like this is like the prequel to this like
Yeah.
the Steambox.
But
So,
wasn't that Big Picture though?
The big picture is more of like I guess something if you're on like a really big monitor or on like a TV or something like that. But I don't know. I've gone into big picture mode on Steam a couple times, but I'm just like after a while I'm just like no, I don't like this. Like it just doesn't feel. It feels like its own operating system when you get in there. It's just like here's the Steam OS.
But it allows you to play on Mac computers too, and Linux computers on
from
Steam
your PC?
OS. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it allows you to do that. So like it doesn't matter what
But yeah, but it's not just mirroring and it's not just streaming. It's just like I don't even know what
Well, that's
I would
what they call
it.
it. Streaming home. So like even if you're on your TV and your TV has like a signal or whatever, I don't know what you'd have to connect to that. I don't know if there's an extension. It doesn't really talk about that as an extension, but they're talking about. So this is like a prequel to the Steam box or whatever. So like you eventually will have the Steam box to both your accounts will align and everything like that, and you can like save games and it'll download to your PC and stuff like that. So like
Yeah.
I think it's a cool idea. So you're able to play it on your TV or any laptop you have or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's pretty sweet.
That is sick. I think Valve is like one of this because
They're
Valve owns
smart.
Steam,
I feel
right?
like they
they're, like,
move.
one of the
They move
sickest.
really. They move slower than other like companies, and more decisive when they're making decisions. So they're
Yeah.
not just like, we're gonna throw Steambox out there right away. They want to make sure it's fucking sweet, and they want to make sure it's really aligned for all gamers. You know, it's not just for PC gamers, not for just console gamers. It's for everybody. You know?
Yeah.
So they want to make the right decisions. So they're not. I'm not saying they're like super slow, but they move at a more decisive
They're just
pace.
methodical.
Yeah.
Which is a thing that's hard to do, especially once you get to a big company like that, because people expect you to be coming out with stuff, and sometimes people expect you to be coming out with stuff really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some companies are just like, let's put something out there and then just fix it over time.
Right.
Where Steam is just like, we're not putting out anything, and it's just like Blizzard.
Yeah.
They're just like Blizzard.
Yeah,
And
they're
where it's like,
smart
we're not
companies.
putting out anything until it's 100% polished, and you want a release date? The release date is when it's done and we release it. That's the release date.
Yeah, well, there is no release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I don't even.
If you really want it, you can get the beta.
But
Like,
I don't even know if they're like, you figure I'm like companies like Blizzard and companies like Steam can do that. But if you're a new company, I don't know if you can do that.
Right.
Like if you're like, hey, you want our game? Wait for it. They'll just
Well,
be
it's
like,
just-
no, screw you. We'll go play
Well,
other games.
I feel like they can. If they're a startup, they can because they're gonna get investors. So if you have a really cool idea or whatever, like they want.
But are you gonna get investors?
Yeah, like usually when a startup happens, usually you have like a business plan and you have other things that align with that business plan, and you actually have a working prototype. So you take it out and you fish out investors. Then you're probably making like maybe 10% of what you don't own it. 100% of it, you maybe own 20% of it, a company or whatever. But still, you're bringing that money in, so you have the ability to mass produce something to make it and put it out there. You can put a beta out there, just like everything
but
else.
even then, like everything you're saying, it's just like you have investors and you have a timeline and you have this prototype and everything. What happens when you get to the end of where you told your investors you would be ready for it, and it's like an okay game, but it still needs a lot of polish, and you know of a
you're
lot
not
of
done.
bugs. Your investors are going to just be like, no, put it out. Let's get the money.
Well, yeah, they might. It
Let's
just
get
depends
the
on
money.
unless if they want to be smart about it. I don't know. It just depends on who you're investing
Yeah,
from.
I just feel like a lot of it
Situational.
is just time, like speed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, quantity over quality. Where it's just like you I mean, you look at one of the two prime examples of quality, over quantity, and it's just like they make insane games. They don't make a load of games. Like, they're not like Activision putting out a Call of Duty every year. But when they put out a game, it's good, and there's a difference because
Activision puts out the same Call of Duty with a new skin.
well, yeah, but that's just Call of Duty. It's what works for them. But when you put out like any game that Blizzard will put out, there will be a big player base that no matter what the game is, they'll try it, even if it's not technically their style of game, but just because it's a Blizzard
by
game,
Blizzard,
and
yeah.
you know that it's just like, okay, well, regardless of what this game is, I know how it's gonna play because I just know that it's gonna be.
It's gonna work.
Yeah, it's gonna 100% work.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the open beta of Hearthstone, it was just like that game was pretty much done.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
I mean, there were a couple
There's some bugs, but like yeah.
but it was pretty much
Even
done.
still, when you log in though, sometimes it'll be like, "Oh, this card was taken away," or "This card was."
Oh well, yeah, they're always doing nerfs, but that's more of just like the cards, like the power of the cards.
yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, they're fixing some bugs here and there, but
Oh, they
mostly
are?
the bugs
They're
are
nerfing
ironed up.
cards. Like what cards are they nerfing? You know.
Like recently, Unleash the Hounds got nerfed.
Thank
Just-
God.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's,
That one was a piece of shit.
but I mean, the only nerf they did was they made
get
it
rid of
from
one
2
hound?
mana to 1 mana.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it still makes just as many dogs, and you can still draw. Like the biggest problem I feel with Unleash the Hounds right now is you can play Starving Buzzard, which when you play it, every time you summon a beast,
What's
you draw
that?
a card.
I don't play it.
Yeah, Starving Buzzard is like a 2/1 bird, has 2 attack and 1 health. And once that's on the field, every time you play another beast, you draw a card.
Oh, okay.
So what they would do is they would wait for you to get like 4, 5, 6 minions on the board, and then they'd play Starving Buzzard and Unleash the Hounds. So they would not only get all those dogs, but they would also draw however many minions you had or however many dogs they spawned in cards.
Holy
Yeah.
So it was
shit, really?
insane for card advantage because
Yeah.
having more cards than your opponent is just so worthwhile. And not only to draw all those cards, but also to get those dogs that can get buffed by like the Timberwolf, which gives them +1 attack. And,
Yeah.
all that stuff. It just,
Have that little
yeah.
what's that little shoot them.
Scavenging hyena.
Yeah, is that what it is? The scavenging hyena. Every time that beast dies, it gets
Yeah, +2/+1.
Yeah, that's insane.
so-
And
I mean-
what is there a card that makes it like a shield or whatever? What's that called?
The taunt.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes it a taunt. Is there a card like that for that deck?
There's a Houndmaster, which is a 4-mana card, and he's a dude, and he has 4 attack and 3. I shouldn't know this much about all the cards. He has 4 attack and 3 health, and if you have a friendly beast out on the field, he can buff it and give it +2/+2 and taunt. So you can, I guess you could do that to a hound, but I don't know. I mean,
I'm saying after you do the first card you talked about and then do that'd be fucking ridiculous.
yeah, you just start.
But I mean,
nutting.
basically, they just moved it up 1 mana, which I still don't really feel fixes the problem. But before the nerf, every single person you came into in ranked mode was playing hunter practically,
Yeah.
and then afterwards it's just like hunters are gone now.
Really?
And it really wasn't. If you think about it, it wasn't that big of a nerf. It's just like you need just 1 more mana to do that combo.
Yeah.
And I mean, hunters are still really strong with even without that combo.
Did
But-
they nerf mage at all or no?
I mean, mage, if anything, I thought for a while needed a buff, but I guess right now it's coming back pretty strong. So I don't know. Hearthstone talk is Hearthstone talk.
A lot of fans.
Yeah.
A lot of fans of Mage.
A lot of fans of
Mages.
the mage.
Do you guys want to look into some Twitter questions since we're getting
Sure.
close on our time
Sure,
here?
but one thing I wanted to ask you guys, it kind of popped into my head while we were talking about Hearthstone, is Hearthstone's a pretty hardcore game.
Yeah.
Like I guess it's a casual hardcore game in the sense that you can just get on and play for a couple hours a day. But if you really want to get good at it and you really want to understand it, you kind of got to go full-fledged hardcore.
Yeah.
Which I did for a while. And there's a lot of other games. Like I would consider myself a hardcore gamer because I like to just pick one game and just get insane at it.
Yeah.
Rather than, I don't know, maybe I'm kind of different on my iPad because I'm just like, I just want to try every single game, like all the time. But I guess my question to you guys would be, if there was one game that you could just, like, let's say you just had the next month off of work and you could just pick one game and get super hardcore into it, but it couldn't be a game that you've already played, what would it be?
It couldn't be a game that
Yeah.
I've already played.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or maybe, I guess you could have played it before, but not put like so much time into it where you went super
you
hardcore.
answer that question too then.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I'd probably pick a game like League of Legends or something. Just something that League of
Yeah.
Legends or like StarCraft, just a kind of game that I had never played before, like type wise. Like League of Legends is kind of like a RTS, I guess. Maybe StarCraft is similar.
I would say LOL too. Like Matt has always wanted me to play that game, and I'm like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
nah.
yeah, but see, even those are the kind of games where if I could have been in on the opening day and on like the floor where everyone was even, like that would make it much more enjoyable of a game for me than if I'm coming in and it's just like I've gotten into League of Legends games before and I played by myself and everyone was yelling at me like, dude, what are you doing? The CS in the jungle and the mana in the mid lane. It's like, what? Are you,
Watch mid.
I don't even
CS
know
in
what
the
my
jungle.
I don't even know what G does. I'm like typing in the chat, hey, what should I buy with all this gold I'm getting? He's like, you gotta get wards, man. You gotta get fucking wards.
I remember I was just like moving, inching along, just trying to figure out how to do everything. Matt's getting pissed off.
Yeah. Well, the movement wasn't so bad for me because it's pretty similar to Diablo.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying
But-
to figure out how to play though.
Yeah.
Like he's just getting mad.
Oh man.
No, like one game, I don't know.
Realm of the Mad God.
Realm of the Mad God. That'd be the game that you'd do?
No, I'll end up killing myself.
Yeah.
Is your
That's-
game League of Legends?
Yeah, I'd play LOL.
Yours is League of Legends too?
Well, I mean, my initial thought was League of Legends.
Yeah.
I don't really know. Like there are, I guess you could pick any game and get super hardcore into it, but I feel like the lasting impressions would be, I don't know. I guess maybe the WildStar game that's coming up that I kind of touched on last podcast.
Is
new
it coming
MMO.
up? Oh.
Yeah. It's available for pre-order right now. If you pre-order it, you can start playing it the 31st of this month. Whereas and then it's like you get a 3-day head start from everybody else. So I really don't. It was kind of weird because I was just like, if you pre-order it, you get a 3-day head start. But who is not pre-ordering it that's still going to play it on the 3rd?
Yeah.
Like who are you getting a head start over? Like, are people waiting until launch day to buy it? Like, I feel like anybody who's going to play it is going to pre-order it anyway. So it's kind of weird, but I don't know. I guess it's an incentive to pre-order.
Right.
So they know how many digital copies they have to make. But
Yeah. They have to make copies of this game.
But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, WildStar would be pretty cool because it kind of fulfills what I was talking about getting in on the ground floor. Even though there's been an open beta and closed betas, and I haven't gotten into any of those, so people are still going to be kind of ahead of me. But I think for the most part, it's just like pretty much equal footing.
Well, then I'll change mine. I'll put Watch Dogs when it comes out the 27th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That'd be
yeah.
your
But see,
game.
Watch Dogs is a tricky game where it's just like,
That's a story.
can you play Watch Dogs for a month?
I don't know. No, with the story, I think they have multiplayer too. So
Yeah, but
I don't know, though.
Those
I don't know.
games tend to be like super sweet story, and then multiplayer is just kind of thrown in
yeah,
as a
like
side note.
GTA a little bit.
Yeah, well, I don't know. GTA was
But
meant.
is
I
it?
think it was
Well,
meant
but
to be
before when
multiplayer.
GTA first came out, multiplayer was like, bleh.
What do you mean?
It wasn't
GTA
as fun.
5?
Yeah, like when Grand Theft Auto first came out, like the maybe the second Grand Theft Auto multiplayer wasn't all that great. Like
The second one?
or second or third one that actually was.
I
Like
don't think they've
PS3
ever
or
had
PS4.
multiplayer.
Yeah, it did before that.
I don't think any of the Grand Theft Autos had multiplayer
sure?
before 5. I know Grand Theft Auto 2 and 3 didn't.
Well,
Maybe
on-
4.
On the, I know they did on like the
PS3.
No, like the handheld game had it. You could
Oh,
play
okay.
multiplayer Grand Theft Auto on handheld.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Well,
that was.
I know-
PSP or
No,
something.
yeah,
was on
you're right.
PS3
You're right.
though.
Grand Theft Auto 4 you could play multiplayer, but it wasn't like it wasn't
Yeah, that's what I'm
it
saying.
was a
wasn't
different
as great,
experience.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a different.
I
It
bet
was.
five's
You're
a
right.
lot
You're
better.
right. Grand Theft Auto 4, you could play multiplayer, but it was kind of like a thrown-in thing that was still pretty enjoyable if you
And
just
everyone
wanted
was
to
like,
get.
"How do you even play
Yeah,
multiplayer?"
but you
Up
didn't.
here.
There was no level up progression.
Yeah.
It was just kind
Just
of
run around,
like.
shoot people, blow people up.
Yeah, well, you can play
Yeah.
cops and robbers and stuff
Yeah.
like that, but yeah, it wasn't anything.
So I would say, yeah, I'll probably get into Watch Dogs a little bit, but I
Yeah.
don't know if it's gonna be more than just probably like maybe like 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
See, I feel like those games where you have to grind a lot to get anywhere. Like I can never get into those games for very long.
See,
Like,
those are the games that I like.
you like those games
because those
like
are the
WoW
games-
and stuff. Is
Yeah,
that what
those are the
you're talking
games
about?
where I
Yeah.
just feel a sense of accomplishment, I guess, is what I'm like, what I'm looking for in those games, to where I can just be like, I can play this game for a month, and then you can get on and I can just be like this is what I've accomplished in this game. Like I have
Yeah.
something to where it's just, if it's just like, I don't know, if Realm of the Mad God, you could just start on the same footing as everybody else. But still, in Realm of the Mad God, you get to a point where you're just like, I have all this sweet gear. Like this
then
is
you die.
this is what I've done.
Or you spend money like an idiot.
But
like,
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe that's not the right game. I don't know. Another multiplayer game like
Wow.
maybe like Madden or something like that.
Yeah.
Like there's no real sense of accomplishment there except for your skill.
trophies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but your skill is so sick. Like Call of Duty, you played that forever, and you could, and it was a sweet game because you could
Well,
get in and you
Prestige-
could just kick anybody's ass no matter what.
Yeah, but prestige, like your prestige icons.
Yeah, like you had a level, but it wasn't the same as like having a level in WoW, or like if you're level 60, no level 1's gonna come fight you.
No, that's true. That's true. You're giving everyone the same chance. I don't know, the same
Yeah.
amount of health, I guess, the same amount
Yeah.
of attack and health. Whereas
That-
in WoW, it's just like completely exponentially different.
Exactly.
Even, that's on Diablo too. Diablo's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time when we were playing on the PS3, I was playing with you and I got on my character and you're just like, hey dude, and we went to the brawling session and I was like a max level and you were just like,
I was like, get me
you're-
out of here.
yeah,
Get me
and,
out of
and
here.
I remember all I did was I was just standing there, and just the thorns damage, which is the damage that you give to attackers when they attack you. I didn't have to attack him at all. It was just the thorns damage that killed him. It was
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
Anytime you attacked me, my thorns would just kill.
I was
him.
like, I'm never gonna level up. Andre's killing everybody.
No, I just think I brought in my character to like transfer over some items, and you're just like, hey dude, let me fight you real quick.
Let me
Like,
fight
oh
you.
yeah, you just destroyed
that's
one hit. He
hilarious.
killed me.
It was pretty funny, but yeah, I guess.
I think what's that new Bungie game coming out? That'd be my game probably.
Destiny.
Destiny,
Are
yeah.
you gonna get an Xbox One?
No.
Nah.
No, I
You
just
can play it on
imagine
PC though.
Maybe frisbee golf
Can
would be
you?
the thing.
Might be my new game.
Can you? Is it coming out for PC?
What?
Destiny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Destiny.
Yeah.
I mean, if it comes
I
back.
thought
It's
it was
coming out
just
for PS4, yeah.
I thought it was just a PS4 exclusive.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Okay. Well, when you said Xbox, I was
Well, I
like,
know, that's
it's
what I
coming out
thought.
for
He
Xbox.
Well,
said
and they
Bungie.
did just announce the new Halo or Halo
Oh, yeah.
5 too coming out. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah?
coming out next year though.
Oh, okay.
But that's
said
insane.
Bungie,
It's
I
like,
was like,
oh
oh.
shit. I wonder if that is any good at all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now
I wonder
that
if that's
Bungie's
even
not
playable
making it.
right now.
Yeah.
Probably not. Did you
Let's-
see one more story? Flappy Bird. Did you see the creator of Flappy Bird showed a screenshot of his new game that he's working on?
Oh no, what is it?
It's just a screenshot. I mean, this is what it is right here. It's just kind of like a guy jumping, like maybe the motion of a guy jumping or something. But it kind of has the same like retro feel to
Yeah.
what Flappy Bird is. But that's all he did. He's just
It's crazy how everything like from that used to be retro is like becoming like so popular again.
Oh,
'Cause
8-bit,
it's super
8-bit.
simple.
Yeah, retro's
it was
tight.
like a year or two ago that you just saw like the realm of that just like completely
Well, yeah,
sprout
it's
up.
just because it's so simple and easy to use. There's not.
I
like,
think
a
it's
shitload
more
of
just
buttons.
nostalgic because like a lot of those games are pretty complex, but they just dumb down the graphics to where it's just like you don't get any of the excess, you don't get any of the glam, and a lot of that came with the burst of like the indie game scene where it was just like you can make this indie game and you don't have to spend a load of resources and time on graphics because you
Yeah.
can just make it 8-bit. Like there's plenty of resources and everything that you can grab from other games, older games.
Yeah.
And someone made Watch Dogs for the Commodore 64 or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if they actually made it, but I did see an article about it. But yeah, like it's just so much easier. I feel like to make games like that.
What was that game? Did I show you that? I don't know if I showed you that video of the remake of Mario where there's like just
Oh, you were telling me about it.
dicks and Ku Klux Klan members
Yeah.
and freaking I forget what it is, but it's just
What is it called?
I forget. What was that called?
Oh wow.
I meant to write it down.
We
but I
probably
forgot.
shouldn't even say it so people don't look it up and associate it with us.
Yeah, really. It was pretty bad.
Oh wait. Everyone stop. How have we not talked about the Star Wars story?
Okay, go ahead.
That's gotta be. I mean, this has got to be like it. It was because it was at the bottom of my list because it's the first thing I put on my list, and I
Yeah.
was just like, how the hell have we not talked about this?
Well-
The Force for Change
Yeah.
video came out today. Message from J.J. Abrams. Did you have something to say before I went on?
Oh yeah, just real quick. We're talking about retro games and stuff. This new thing came out. It's called Retron 5, and you can play.
Oh
Sega-
yeah, I saw that.
You could play Genesis games on it. You could play like Game Boy games on it and stuff like that. You could play all
Retron 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty sick. It's like it has
It's like a system.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
system
system,
that
yeah,
can
and
play
you can-
all these old games.
all these old games
No,
on
that's-
this one system.
Yep.
And-
You know, just the thing that eats you about old games is your memory of them is so much better
Yeah.
than when you actually.
Oh, then you
play
play them again. You're like, ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and they were still fun at the time, and for what they were and what you remember them, they're very accurate. But it's just like you just remember something. I guess you're adding things like I don't know. There's just progression is a big thing that's come into games where it's just like progression. Like even though you said you don't like the grindiness of games and stuff, there's still a lot of games like any kind of game that you'll play now has a sense of progression.
Yeah.
Like there's still some sort of progression. Like you're into Spelunky and Binding of Isaac. Like you're into the roguelikes where it's just like you die and you start over.
Yeah.
But there's still progression. Like you're
Yeah.
unlocking characters in Binding of Isaac.
Right.
You're unlocking, floors
Items,
and stuff
levels,
in
achievements.
Spelunky. Oh, maybe we should talk about your big achievement that you got in Spelunky,
Oh, I got to the City of Gold.
the City of
You
Gold.
did?
I got to the
Dude, how
City
long
of
did that take?
Oh man, it took forever, but I finally did it, and then I got to the City of Gold, and it was crazy, and I got the Book of the Devil.
Yeah, the
Book of the Devil? The Book of the Dead.
The Book of the Devil.
The Book of the Dead, and it just brought this guy to life, and he was just raising skeletons from the ground all over the place.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's
And then he tried to
crazy.
run away from him and go. He went to the boss area, and the thing followed him in.
Yeah, I went to the next level, and the thing followed me to the next level, and then I was like, fuck this, and I killed him. But then I died against the boss.
Yeah,
I've never beat Olmec.
I think that might be.
Bastard.
I think that might be the end of the game right there.
It is.
And then with the Book of the Dead, you can unlock Hell.
Yeah.
But other than that, Olmec is the final boss.
Final.
So
That's
yeah,
insane, man.
pretty cool.
All right, talk about Force for
But yeah,
Change.
just briefly, J.J. Abrams released a video. I'm sure just completely by himself today, talking about the Force for Change, where it's basically like a charity event that they're doing, where you can donate, and then there's
With UNICEF, right?
yeah, and then you can donate, and then you can buy an entry basically for a raffle to be in the
movie?
Be in the movie.
Holy
yeah, you like
shit.
get to go out with the crew, and you can like be J.J. Abrams VIP guest for the
Yeah,
day.
you get
That's
to meet all the
Yeah.
cast.
But and there was there's also like different packages that you can get, kind of like Kickstarter, where it's
Yeah.
just like the higher entry levels, or the more you donate, the more you get out of it. And it's like you start out your beginner pack, which is just like $10, which is just like, yeah, you're a cool like you donated and you're part of the club. But then there's ones that you can go to, and I can't find the page while I'm talking about it. But there's ones where it's just like you donate so many, you donate so much, and you get like this like I think it was like $2,000, and you get like this Chewbacca like statue bust thing where it's just like
That's
his head.
fucking awesome.
And then like there's even like the farthest, the highest one is like 250 or 25 grand.
Wow.
That you can donate, I'm pretty sure, and that's where you get a private screening of the Star Wars
Before it's
thing
released?
at Lucasfilms. Like,
Dang.
yeah, I think the very highest one was you get a private screening at your hometown. But I was just like, the second one was at Lucasfilms. I was like, why wouldn't you want to do that? Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you want to go
Where
to
it all
Lucasfilms?
started.
Yeah, and you get like a lightsaber, like actual like. It's a real working lightsaber. No, it's like it's like
I
like
wonder how many
it's
of those
a really
they get.
high
Like they
quality.
just got a bunch of like little like
metal
Actually, they're
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane.
But no, and it was cool because like they were showing how many they were selling of each package, and even the $25,000 one, like more than half of those were gone. When
Yeah.
I looked at it, it was just like, this is how many are left, and you're just looking, and it's just like, and that's how many they started out with. It's just like, people are crazy. Like,
Oh,
about
people
Star
love
Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So I mean, I love Star Wars, but
My coolest thing about that J.J. Abrams video, though, I thought was he was actually there on set on, like, I don't know if he was on Tatooine or whatever.
Yeah.
But then that costume, that guy
Yeah.
walks up, like,
The
and
Muppet
it's a
or
total,
whatever?
Yeah, it's a
the
total
animatronic
costume,
thing.
just like, that was sick. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, dang, this is
well,
going to
that,
be good.
that was really
Well-
cool because it was like the first look into the new Star Wars.
Yeah.
And with this video, so you know it's going to get a lot of publicity just for that. So that's good for their cause for charity. But then again, it's just like, it's sweet that they're not doing. I mean, that says that not everything's going to be like CG and super.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So it's
IGN was talking about that,
that's
too.
freaking sweet because that's how I remember Star Wars.
Oh yeah, like
It's
I
just
feel like
like-
if they have a mixture and it's really good CG and like
Yeah.
really good like puppeteering and stuff, I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're definitely.
I
on the
like
right
how they're
track
just
there.
staying true to what Star Wars like used to be.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got a long ways to go, but yeah, I'm definitely pumped for it. I think everyone else is too. So we got Twitter questions.
Let's do a speed round because my battery on my computer is going to die pretty soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Speed round, go.
So, if you might want to pull out some of your Twitters because you might have some different questions too. But let's do speed round, one answer per question.
One answer per
I'm
question.
gonna ask you guys. We'll just ask each other questions directly.
Okay.
So
So you're going to direct it at one of us.
yeah. So Zach,
Yes.
if you could, this is from Cyrus He-Man fan. If you could try out any job for a day, what would it be and why? Go.
I would be a police officer.
I like it. All right. Next question.
All right, Jim.
Yeah.
You're caught in your house that's burning down. You can only save two: your mom, dad, and fiance. Who do you save?
What?
Go.
Who's that by then? Who's
I
it
would
from?
not.
Crystal.
I would sacrifice myself.
I don't want to just leave them all in there. You can
Yeah.
only save two, but I'm going to kill myself.
We'll all die. That was from Crystal.
Yeah.
All right, Zach. Question.
What, me ask a question?
Yeah.
I don't have any.
All right, Zach. Here's a question for you. Here's a question for you. If you could make a TV show about anything in the world, what would it be about? This is from Mike Sukaki.
Shikaki?
Yeah.
A TV show. Anywhere in the what?
No, what would the topic be?
What would the topic be? Play-Doh.
Play-Doh?
Yeah.
The whole topic would be about Play-Doh?
Play-Doh and how you play with it.
Oh, that is a great show. Okay.
All right.
Um,
Zach, what's the best movie?
The best
From
movie?
Ludwig Agren.
The best movie. Smurfs.
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 Damn, your speed rounds. You get put under a lot of
Dude,
pressure.
he's good.
You're just folding. You got
I
no
don't have any more questions.
Spider-Man 1. With Tobey Maguire.
Jim.
Yeah.
This comes from Dillard May. Why did Jim leave his car running? Is he an idiot?
Yes.
And that sums it up for the
there
speed
we
round. Make sure you guys tweet it at us I think it's just safe to say that any Wednesday you can just tweet to us anytime during the day.
Don't
Yeah,
tweet me.
We might use something for something.
Yeah, even though we will tweet out to tweet questions to us on Wednesday, I think it's pretty safe to say that if you just tweet questions, we'll take that as podcast questions.
Oh, yeah.
So don't be afraid to tweet it at
Every
Levishkin,
Wednesday.
at Jimmy Andy, 2 D's 2 Y's. 2 M's, 2 I's,
into infinity and beyond.
and your special host and the primary subject of this whole podcast,
Mr.
me.
Phantasmo.
Mr. Phantasmo.
Any clothing thoughts?
Clothing thoughts.
What do you guys think about the clothing
CEO of Levi's Strauss. I'm just kidding. All right. May the force be with,
with you?
and also with,
With
you?
you.
The QWOP.
Oh, okay.
run.
Gotcha.
You
Maybe
know,
I played that.
you're familiar. I guarantee if you
Yeah.
saw a screenshot, it's just like super hard
Oh, yeah.
to control your guy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, but instead you're just two sumo guys, 3D in a 3D realm kind of thing.
That
and-
game was absolutely retarded.
Yeah,
Like
it's
the
pretty
matches.
ridiculous.
It's like it's two sumo guys. You're fighting each other, but the matches last like 1 second,
Yeah.
if that.
And
Your
you-
guy just falls over like
you-
an idiot.
You have 4 different options as far as buttons go with what you can press and everything, like to control them,
Yeah.
quote unquote. But
Yeah.
really, it's just like you just press a bunch of random buttons, and 50% of the time you'll win. You actually kicked my ass though, so
I
clearly
came
you
up
had
with
the
a
strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your strategy?
Never lose.
Oh, okay. That's a pretty sweet strategy.
Never fail.
So,
I played that game.
yeah, well, we played that game for like 5 minutes, so that doesn't really count as anything.
Oh, okay. That other game that we played, it's funny. I play a lot of games, but I never know the titles of any of them.
Good.
What's the title of that game with the shapes that I was playing? Oh, wait. John dies alone. No, John was alone.
Almost.
John was
Not
alone.
John.
Not John.
What is it? It's on the tip
David
of your
was.
tongue.
Thomas was alone.
Thomas was alone.
That is a sick game.
It is. It's a really sick game.
What,
That's
yeah,
also
what's that game?
That's also a port. That's like it's like an adventure type game. I don't know, how would you describe it? It's like adventure platformer, I guess.
Yeah, but it's very minimalistic. You start as a shape, a little square rectangle guy, and you're trying to make it through the world, and you meet other little shapes that are.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
But
each-
it has
each shape
it
has different
it has
powers.
narration to the story.
Oh,
And
really?
the guy who's doing the narration did the narration to like the Assassin's Creed games.
Holy
and stuff
shit.
Like that.
Okay, that makes
So
sense.
it's pretty,
Pretty good.
Like it's definitely it's just so clean. It's like so well polished. I mean it's a little pricey on the App Store.
How
I
much
think it's
was
like
it?
$8
Is
or
it
$9.
for
Wow. He drives up on the sidewalk and comes right at him and shoots the shell at the truck, and the truck goes flying, and then in the truck is Bowser.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So basically, his dad is like the best dad ever.
Yeah, he's like the best dad ever.
Like that kid just every time he sees those videos, he watches them like 20 times.
Oh,
Shows
probably.
them to all of his friends.
He probably.
How old is the little kid?
Oh, he's
Gotta
like.
be like 6 or 7 or 8. Or
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah, he's tiny.
do you
He's
think
tiny.
He really grasps even that's him,
I
or
doubt.
do you
I
think he's
highly
just
doubt
like
it. When
you
he
think
gets
it's the
older, though,
point-
he's gonna be like, "Dad, you're the sweetest."
Yeah.
dad
Yeah,
in
you're
the
the
entire world."
sweetest. I said puddles because one of the videos, the kid's like goes up to a puddle and he jumps in the puddle and he just falls all the way through it. It's pretty tight.
That's awesome.
Imagine like your graduation video and like your dad just makes it super sick.
Oh, that'd be insane. Just makes super boring videos really sick.
Yeah. Everyone else just has like normal like childhood videos, and you just have these videos where you're just like a badass.
Dad, did this
Yeah.
really
Years
happen?
Yes, son.
It did.
You are gifted,
You are gifted.
but I'm more gifted than you. So, back to the games. I feel like we always talk about games.
Yeah, we got to talk about games.
What games have you guys been facilitating in?
Well, me and you played that game. What's it called? It was with two robots fighting each other. It was kind of like Knock'em Sock'em Robots.
Oh, yeah.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots. What was that called?
We
This
just
is a two-player
we just-
iPad game.
Just played it not too long ago. Well, I actually think it used to be for that's like a port. It's called Sumotori something. Sumotori Dreams. Sumotori Dreams. And it's-
Sumotori Dreams.
Yeah, well, it's like a sumo simulator kind of.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Quap meets.
What's Quap?
You've never played Quap?
No.
The running game where you have to use.
Tablet or is it for?
It's for tablet. I'm not sure if it's for phone. I wouldn't recommend playing it on the phone, to be honest. if you don't have a tablet, it's out for, I'm pretty sure, PCs, because I know it's a port from somewhere, so I'm assuming it's PC because I didn't hear about it at all being on consoles. So I'm sure there's other ways to get it if you don't have an iPad. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet game to just like immerse yourself into. It's not a game where you can kind of just like pick up and play for like 10 minutes at a time. If you really want to get the most out of it, you kind of just got to sit there and
Try to
just be
play.
like,
Yeah.
So pretty fun game.
But that was sweet. I like that. The narration definitely was the best part of that game.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Yeah, it brings it all together. You kind of just are playing through the levels at one point just to be like, what's he gonna say next? What's he gonna say next about these these shapes? And,
he needs a nemesis. He found a shape.
Yeah, he does a really good job of just like giving all the characters their own personality, and I'm just calling shapes characters. So
Yeah.
that in and of itself, I feel like he did something there. But wow, I feel like we're just about the most casual gamers that you can find right now.
Casual
We've
gamers.
only mentioned mobile games
One of the
so
best
far.
We're only talking about mobile games.
Yeah.
now.
What games have you been playing?
I've been playing some Diablo recently. They had their 2-year anniversary for Diablo 3. So
everybody's been playing Diablo.
So they doubled the legendary drop rate.
You know that's devil in Spanish.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow,
Mhm.
Diablo
Spanish
3
devil.
is
Teach
is
us
devil.
more.
Yeah. Hola means hello.
Oh,
Oh, just kidding. All right, go on. Sorry.
nice. You're an asshole.
We
No,
wanted to
that's
know
it.
more.
We're gonna have to fire you,
Everyone can prevent forest fires.
even you.
Even you. Smokey.
Does he say even you?
I don't know.
Doesn't he say even you can prevent forest fires?
Even you. That's
Isn't
he
that like
point- doesn't he-
belittling someone? Like,
Even
we know
you.
you're dumb, but even you can prevent forest fires.
Even
Yeah.
Zach can prevent forest
well,
fires.
people just think that they're only one person, so they can't prevent anything. They can't do shit.
No.
But even you can.
But I guess.
You're a little meek and weak.
Meek and
Wayne.
mild.
You can do it.
Okay. So, anyways, what's been going on with the day-to-day grind? It's been a whole 7 days since we've last spoke.
7 days. 7. You remember The Ring?
Yes.
Do you
Sorry.
remember that movie?
Yes, I think
You
we all
remember that
remember
movie,
The Ring.
7 Days? No. You know, not too much crazy things have happened.
Nothing going there on that Ring story.
Oh, I was just kidding.
I thought it was like a transition into a deeper thought in your mind.
No, it's not. It's about as deep
Just-
as a puddle.
Just a little rock
Speaking of
skimming the
puddles.
surface.
Speaking of
No.
puddles.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What?
Did you see the new Action Movie Kid YouTube video? Where you
Oh,
know, his-
dude, that looks so. I've seen that. It's so sick.
the dad that
Wait. What's Action Movie Kid?
Action Movie Kid is it's a YouTube series that this guy, he's got a son, and he's the kid, his dad works for DreamWorks, and they make like 30-second clips.
He's like an
of,
animator
like,
and CG guy.
yeah, he makes the sickest fucking videos. Like the kid will be like, "Look, I made a Lego spaceship," and then the Lego spaceship jets will come on and turn on and fly out the window, or the kid will be like dragging a toy lightsaber through the Walmart, but it's actually like
cutting the
on
shit
and it's
out.
cutting everything up, and
Yeah.
he's busting shit. But the new one is of Mario Kart, and the kid's like in a shopping cart outside in the parking lot, and he's getting pushed, and he comes up across like one of those little question mark boxes to get an item, and he gets a shell, and then a truck comes.
Hello.
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 Hi.
Welcome to Amateur Hour. This is the hour of amateurs.
No.
What do you mean no?
I don't like that intro.
That would be our cleanest start to a podcast.
ever.
Too clean.
We got to dirty it up.
I like it like a dirty
Muck it up.
diaper.
Dirty
Muck
up
that
the
up.
girl.
What's going on, guys?
No, I haven't even adjusted my filter.
Don't adjust your filter. You don't need to adjust that.
You gotta get real close and personal.
Yeah, we gotta freaking screw this.
Screw it, baby.
Screw it in. Tighter.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Amateur Hour. I'm your host.
Wow.
That's really why. Now we all know why.
All right, continue.
I'm your host, Jim Anderson, and today we are going to get real down and dirty on the topics that you guys are all thinking about in your day-to-day lives, including what's been going on with us and also what we think about things that are happening in the world. We hope you guys stay tuned till the very end when we reveal a secret code that you can use in order to get a free grocery from your local store.
Wow.
Oh my God,
can't
that's
wait.
crazy.
I know.
Raisins. I've always wanted raisins.
Raisins may help you poop.
Here with the weather, we have Zach.
Oh, hello everyone. The weather outside is frightful, but sure is delightful.
Oh, you're too excited to be the weather guy.
You're excited about frightful weather?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
There's,
you guys.
there's
The
flooding
weather's so
everywhere.
frightful out. I just
Flooding
came.
and lightning and storms and fire in California.
Okay, wow. Yeah.
There's fire in California.
I'm sorry.
It's like
but
yeah, like forest fires or something
we're going to have
going
to
on.